how's it going,
man?
dude?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, good. I'm doing well.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
So, start off by telling me one thing that nobody knows about you.
One thing that nobody knows about me. Huh. Oh man, you're like opening up a whole like treasure full of secrets right now. But okay, I guess one thing that nobody really knows about me is that for a few years I was actually a radio jockey at a radio station in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, which was pretty cool. ABC Radio.
No way.
Yeah, so I was a radio jockey for about 6 to 7 years. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, nobody really knows that about me, I guess.
Okay.
It happened like before college, so.
So, was this like during when you started learning to sing, or after when you started learning to sing?
I think during the process. So when I started learning to sing, well, music actually runs on my mom's side of the family first. So my grandparents, both my grandparents, my mom, her brother, and me and my sister, we all sing. We're really into music. We play instruments, we dance. Yeah, I basically grew up with it. So I was raised in a household where music was very prevalent. My grandmother taught me for a little bit while I was young, and then my mom carried it forward. She taught me a little bit.
Right.
And that was I started singing around the age of 5 and 6 years old.
Right.
And then I just been carrying it forward since then. I went to a formal teacher, learned Hindustani classical music, and then I stopped around 13 years old.
Yeah.
And then I've just been doing music ever since from then.
That's amazing. Do you have any early memories that you can really cling on to that you're like, yes, this was when I birthed my obsession with music, that I knew I wanted to go forth and, you know, keep this going?
Oh man, I don't know if there's one specific instance, because like I don't know what my life would be honestly without music, because that's just what I've been raised on. Any waking moment, I have music involved in me, whether it's I'm singing or dancing or just listening, or and like just music's just a huge part of my family, just a huge part of my living. So I can't even imagine. I've been doing stage performances my whole life. It's like every weekend I would go somewhere, perform on some cultural show, some stage, and like it's like a second nature, second home.
Trying to showcase your talents.
Exactly, just trying to showcase my talents. I'm having fun with it. And it's just me. That's just me.
You started off in a more classical setting, and now, you know, years later, then you released your first cover, which was a Justin Bieber song, Cold Water. So where did that kind of transition come from? And how does that come about? Like, how does it relate to be able to sing a Justin Bieber song coming from a more classical background?
It was definitely a very, very interesting process. So before I even came out with the music video for Cold Water, the Cold Water mashup, I just used to release like literally 1 minute long like Midnight Madness Insta covers. And that's how it kind of just came about, that okay, I'm putting myself out there, I'm getting myself to sing in front of a camera and in front of the video, because prior to that there was nothing like making covers and nothing like making videos and stuff like that. So I got myself out there, and then through that, and especially being a part of the DDN circuit, kind of got me a lot more into American music, pop culture, R&B music, hip hop. And so I began to start listening to a lot more of those music. I began to start like understanding how to sing that kind of music. And Cold Water, that song, especially like Justin Bieber's song, like I really feel like it just had a lot of musicality. It had a melody that I can play around with. I can add my own little touch to it. I feel like my voice and my tone naturally has a hint of Hindustani sound into it. So I feel like I could have brought that into the Justin Bieber song and just make it my own. And it was definitely a very, very interesting transition, especially with a lot of the runs and trills and just making that whole song very me. It was definitely a very long process, but I think it was very fruitful. It definitely came out to the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And so I guess going from that to where you are now, you probably learned a lot on your journey.
I definitely did. I'm so thankful for that journey, from starting out from my first music video to where I am now. It hasn't even been 1 full year yet. It's been only about 8 to 9 months, and so much has happened within those months. I've come out with 7 music videos, 12 tracks. I've performed in over 10 cities, and all within 8 months. And it's just like that one music video has changed the perception of me as a musician, as a performer, and it's incredible. Like, I've learned so much through every single video, just in the process of how it's being made, just in the process of making a mashup, and like choosing songs and singing and just changing my style here and there a little bit, performing, meeting new people, meeting new musicians, meeting new dancers, meeting new artists. It's just, these 8 months have been so incredible, and I value them so much, and I will like always hold that and always cherish that, honestly. Yeah.
That's great to hear. You're doing great work, man.
Thank you.
And what would you say to everybody out there who is just starting off, who is just, you know, picking up their guitar, or just trying to find vocal tracks online and make these covers? What would you say to these people who want to do what you're doing?
I think one of the things that why I feel like I'm still going, I haven't hit a peak yet, or haven't plateaued yet, rather, is because there's something about everything that I'm doing that is exciting, and it's fun, and that's the mindset that I go in with. I don't view any of this as work. I don't view any of this as a responsibility. It's fun, it's creativity, and with that energy is what will keep you motivated to keep going. And at the same time, for people who are aspiring and becoming new, I think the way to go about it is just to be very original, or have a little part of your personality in the music. Whether you're an independent artist, whether you're a mashup artist, whether you're just simply doing covers, like whatever you're doing, just be original. Have your sound in it. Don't sound like someone else. Put a touch of your personality. Like, for example, in a lot of my mashups, a lot of the Hindi songs that I've chosen to mash it up with, they're not exactly very common Hindi songs. Like, even though they are from Bollywood movies and they're from maybe movies some people know about, but they're not very common songs, especially with Cold Water. I mashed it up with Tu Hi Tu, which is a song from Salman Khan's Kick, but it wasn't a promoted song. It wasn't a song nobody ever knew about. Half the people who came up to me and told me they loved the song were like, I've never heard this song before. Same thing with Dhoka Dhadi and Sorry. In my Channa Meriya mashup, I mashed it up with the A.R. Rahman Qawwali, which no one knew what it was, and I turned that Qawwali into an EDM style sound.
Almost
yeah, and exactly, just a very hyped up track. It has EDM beats behind a Qawwali melody, and it was just it's unheard of. It's something that I like listening to. I love listening to Sufi music, Qawwali music, things that have more classical touch, and my style and my personality is coming through because I'm turning that into something very modern that everyone can listen to.
Yeah.
And so it's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for the people who do want to check you out and hear your new music, where can they go? What should they do? Okay. Where should they go?
Well, you can definitely check out facebook.com/musicalavish. You can check out my YouTube channel, just search AVISH JAIN. You can check my music out on soundcloud.com/musicalavish. You can search me on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music with AVISH JAIN. And yeah, and you can check out all 12 of my tracks. I have a lot more tracks coming out in the next few months, and I can't wait to share more of my music with everyone.
Great, we have all those tracks linked down below, so just check them out. AVISH JAIN, thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
It's great seeing you, man.
Great seeing you.